In the second round of voting, in the selection of Parliament's nominee for First Minister, the number of votes cast for each candidate was as followed. Jack McConnell, 46, Alex Salmond, 49, and abstentions, 33. As the result is valid, and as Alex Salmond has received more votes than the total number of votes for all the other candidates, I declare that Alex Salmond is selected as this Parliament's nominee for appointment as First Minister. As required by the Scotland Act 1988, I shall now recommend to Her Majesty that she appoint Alex Salmond as the First Minister. And perhaps I could take this opportunity just to formally record my personal congratulations to Alex Salmond on this appointment. Alex Salmond.
Well, Mr. Presiding Officer, thank you for your best wishes, and if I could in turn to the party leaders who've spoken. Firstly, Annabel Goldie, can I thank you for your congratulations. People in the chamber won't know that I toasted Annabel recently at the Scouts and Guides Burn Supper in the great city of Glasgow. And such was the excellence of your reply to the Toast of the Lassies, Annabel, that night, I was sorely tempted to vote for you today. Tempted, Annabel, but not seduced. You mentioned my wife Moira, my wee sister Gail. It's a good job my big sister's not here, Annabel. Are here today, and I thank them, of course, and my family for the support. But my dad's here as well today. My father has never seen me in a parliamentary chamber because he always refused to set foot in the Palace of Westminster. Some people say I should have heeded his advice. But I thank my family for the support today. Can I thank Nicol Stephen? A typically gracious speech, Nicol. I thank you for your congratulations. I was listening earlier when you listed all the policies in which the Liberal Democrats believe. I'm not sure that the government can afford all of your manifesto commitments, but we'll certainly try our best. And lastly, can I turn to Jack McConnell to thank him for his good wishes. Jack McConnell said once that the job of a First Minister was to leave Scotland better than they found it. And I think in terms, in particular, of the ban on smoking, and also in terms of the campaign against sectarianism in society, I think Jack McConnell has certainly done that. I applaud your efforts in these directions. I hope to continue efforts in that direction. And I wish you and Bridget every good wish for the future. Thank you very much. Presiding Officer, the Parliament, as we should remember, is created by the people of Scotland, created in a referendum. It's bigger than any of its members. It's bigger than any party. I believe Scotland is ready for change, ready for reform. We're a small nation, but we've got a big future. We've also got some big challenges. It was said earlier on that Scotland is a divided nation. And in terms of the closeness of the election result, I can understand why people might feel that, but it's not actually the case. We're not a divided nation. Certainly the gap between rich and poor is far too great. We need to grow the economy faster. We need to heal the scars of the past. We need to be greener. We need to be still smarter. But we are not divided. We have a sense of ourselves, a sense of community. We have a sense, above all, of the common weal of Scotland. In some ways, we're not even a divided Parliament. Of course, in this part of the chamber, we seek independence and equality for Scotland. I'm told that not everyone in the chamber agrees with that policy, although some do. But there is a broad consensus, I believe, for this Parliament to assume greater responsibility for the governance of Scotland. And there is an understanding, a real understanding, that we're engaged in a process of self-government. And I think there's an awareness of the distance we've already travelled. In 1961, Bashir Ahmed came to Glasgow to drive buses. In 1961, the very idea of a Scottish Parliament was unimaginable. In 1961, the very idea of a Scots Asian sitting in a Scots Parliament was doubly unimaginable. But Bashir is here, and we are here, and that part of the community of Scotland is now woven into the very tartan of this Parliament. And we are stronger, so much stronger as a result, so we are diverse, Presiding Officer, not divided. The nature and the composition of the Third Scottish Parliament makes it imperative that this government will rely on the strength of argument in Parliament, not the argument of parliamentary strength. Despite all the challenges that will mean, I welcome that as a chance to develop a new and fundamentally more reflective model of democracy in Scotland. The days since the election have been dominated by questions about the structure of government. Will there be a coalition, or will there be a minority government? Well, let me say to the whole Parliament, what actually matters more to the people we represent is less the structure of government and more what we, all of us, achieve on the people's behalf. Presiding Officer, all of us in this Parliament have a responsibility to conduct ourselves in a way which respects the Parliament the people have chosen to elect. That will take patience, maturity, it will take leadership on all sides of the chamber. My pledge to Parliament today is any Scottish Government led by me will respect and include this Parliament in governance of Scotland over the next 4 years. In this century, there are limits to what governments can achieve. But one thing any government I lead will never lack is ambition for Scotland. Today, I commit myself to leadership wholly and exclusively in the Scottish national interest. We will appeal for support, policy by policy, across this chamber. That is the Parliament the people of Scotland have elected, and that is the government that I will be proud to lead.